something I've always felt should be mandatory. I mean, for and Brian and Alice, sorry, that should be mandatory at every international school in this world, not just for the TCKs, but the local kids or the kids who stay there the whole time and are constantly being left by TCKs. And so that's its own constant loss. And it should not just be mandatory at international schools, but I would highly, highly urge it at all colleges and universities for their groups of TCKs, is to have them express what they've experienced and tell any story they want to tell about their TCK story in some creative fashion, because we keep seeing studies about how the people who do that are able to process their lives and their childhoods and their adolescences in a way that is more helpful than, or at least as helpful as therapy, because it's therapeutic to share your story and also to have to craft it. It's not journaling. You have to make it make sense to the reader or to the audience. You have to make it make sense to the people who you're sharing it with, and you have to make it interesting, which it will be if you're a TCK, but it also has to have a nice flow. It has to make sense. There has to be a through line. The themes have to connect, all this stuff. And if you do that for yourself without worrying about, you know, creating something that could end up, you know, published by Random House or whatever, but make it so that it is as clear to you as you can make it and as clear to your audience or readers as you can make it, that's going to do everything to help you as a TCK. I have yet to meet the TCK who wrote their memoir or created a photo collage story or painted their experiences or performed them, you know, choreographed it, composed it, acted it like I did after writing it. I have yet to meet one who was like, and that was a waste of time. It did nothing. It plunged me into depression, and I haven't met that person. Everyone who's done it seems to have had enormously positive results, the wrong word, but well, results for themselves, both creatively, emotionally, and in finding like-minded people, other TCKs and non-TCKs, who somehow understand that part of the story really, really well, because it's the underlying emotion that's what matters, not necessarily the outside details. So if your TCKs are struggling right now and you're in contact with them via Zoom or Skype, I would urge them to start telling their story in whatever creative fashion they like, including crocheting. It doesn't have to be write it or perform it. What do you like to do that's creative? Do that and tell the story somehow, and, you know, get together with the other TCKs or with the advisor and, you know, have someone who can meet with you once a week so that you're presenting something, and it will make them braver, and it will make them, I just think it's everything. So I wish that everyone would do that for their TCKs. Thank you. I'm Lisa, I'm an actor and I'm a writer, so that's why this is my big thing.